In our TED class, we decided to read this book called Strength Finders 2.0. It's by Tom Rath, and basically, you read the first 30 pages of this book, and then on the back, there's this access code, and you go on their website, you type in this access code, and you take this test to figure out what your top 5 strengths are. Now, what's different about this book is it says that, you shouldn't really focus on your weaknesses, you should focus on your strengths, because if you keep improving your strengths, no one's going to care about your weaknesses. So I took the test, and my top 5 strengths are individualization, restorative, empathy, achiever, and responsibility. Individualization means that I am able to look at people and see where they're strong or see where they're weak. And that means if I work with a group or if I'm like a leader or something, I should really focus on other people's strengths and make them feel more confident about themselves and really push them in the right direction. Which kind of leads to my second one, which is restorative. And that means I'm able to listen to other people's problems and help them. I'm able to give them good advice, or I'm able to tell them my personal experience, and hopefully they can get something out of it that can help them. I think I am restorative because I do have a lot of friends and family who do have problems, and they tell me, and sometimes I've been through that, and I just tell them, this is how I handled it, or I do say, maybe you should take a step back and really think about the situation you're in, and kind of make a list of how you should handle it. My third one is empathy, and that means I'm able to put myself in other people's shoes and really feel their pain. And this one, the strength I can totally relate to, because when I was younger, we went through a lot of problems. I was too skinny. I got bullied in school, and we weren't financially stable. And it was just such a hard time for us. And I felt like, no one wanted to listen to me because I was going through such a tough time, or I didn't want people to know I was going through a tough time. And I just felt like I was the only one in the world who had problems. But as I got older and I met new people, I realized that I'm not the only one with problems, and everyone has problems. And when they do tell me their problems, I'm able to relate to that because of all the difficult times I've been through with my family and my friends, and I'm able to really understand that pain. And I can really just relate to them and support them and be there for them. Okay. My fourth strength is achiever, meaning I like to get things done. And I do like to get things done. I really do. I just like that, that feeling of getting something finished, and not just getting it finished, but turning it in and, getting a good grade. I love that because it just makes me feel like I can do anything in the world. And the report says that I got from Strengths Finders told me that I like that feeling of being busy and that feeling of finishing it and being determined. And I do like the feeling about I do like being determined. I do like that feeling of getting it done, but I do not like that feeling of being busy. So maybe I secretly do enjoy it, but I don't think I really can, because I just feel so stressed. So maybe as I get older or start developing this strength a little more, maybe I will like the feeling of getting busy. My fifth one is responsibility, and that means that I take responsibility for all my actions. That, I try not to blame it on other people. If it's something I've done, it's something I've done, if I caused a problem, then I have to fix that problem, and I don't leave it on others. So, and that I'm able to handle it. I'm able to take on that responsibility. Or if I do see someone who's very dear to me in trouble, I can kind of take the responsibility to help them. And I kind of agree with this one, because I do like to help people out, and I do like to take responsibilities for my own actions, because it's ultimately you doing your own work at the end of the day. So if you're not going to take responsibility for it, then who is, when I first read this report about my top 5 strengths, I wasn't completely sure I agreed with it until I figured out what each of them meant. And I kind of looked back at my life, and I was just like, and just been like, oh yeah, maybe I am like that. And sometimes, you're still kind of processing your strengths. And I think it's good for people to know where they're strong at. Because if you keep focusing on your negatives, you're going to get depressed, and maybe they will never get fixed, and then all your strengths will come down and you'll be weak at that too. So I think that everyone should take a test like this or figure out what their strengths are, because they can just help you so much. And I agree with my top 5 strengths after reading about it. I'm quite proud of myself, actually. I feel that I've achieved so much, and now I can take those strengths and apply them to new challenges that come my way and apply them to my life every day. It's just nice to know where you're strong and where you're weak. And I think that's kind of what this whole, kind of what life is about. It's just kind of figuring out what you're good at and what you're not good at, and how you apply it in your life and how you apply it to the world. And I think that's what, why you get an education, why you go to college, why you go to school, is to figure out what you're good at and what you're bad at, and how you can apply that, and how can you apply your strengths to change the world. So thanks for listening.